Hello, hello. Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here. This is my second time. And that's crazy just because like a year ago, I had first, debuted my poetry out loud to the public. And that was a very scary thing for me to do because I used to have like, severe stage fright. Just because, a lot, life happens and we just start to lose our confidence and stuff. But I've grown now to a place where I'm able to share, and that's like very big. Because I was in a very low place. Thank you. So like I'm a poet, I'm an artist, I'm a musician. I do a lot of different things. I wear lots of hats. I'm just a human being doing things I love. And something I love to do is also advocate for mental health. And a lot of my poetry reflects the journey that I've been on, the journey that I'm still on today. And you will hear that in the poems. This first one I wrote last summer, post-meditation outside, just sitting in the grass, and I was like, okay. So sometimes like I write my poems, and then it's not until after I reflect, and I'm like, oh, that kind of hits. Like, I see what that's about. So I'm gonna read this, and then, yeah, let's see how it resonates. This is called Home. At ease in her stillness, she grew. A flower that had been ripped out of the ground from her roots over and over again. Finally, she was left alone, allowed the time to sink them into something bigger than herself, greater than the images of her captured by everyone else. At ease with her growth, she relaxed. She laid in the grass and melted into the earth's core. She discovers that her roots have not moved, they simply waited for her to return. You cannot be detached from what is. You can only forget how to look deep and be reminded of what's within, but a lapse of memory does not erase the truth, only temporarily blinds you from who you already knew to be the real you. She asked the universe to guide her in the right direction, and all signs pointed back to heart, pointed back to center because you are always the answer. Home is where the heart is, not because love must travel into new settings, but because love is the only foundation on which a home can properly be built. At ease in her spirit, she decides then and there that she can never be uprooted again. She will allow herself to be reborn wherever the wind scatters her seeds, but her roots remain where they are, firmly planted in the earth. And she sighs a sigh of relief because she's remembered home. She's never left. She is home. Thank you. So that one, like, again, after probably like a month later, I was reading it again and I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I am home. I used to not really feel safe all the time in my surroundings just because I wasn't safe within myself. And getting to a point now where I'm like, I'm just comfortable in me existing as myself is crazy, but like it's so beautiful, you know what I mean? And I know we struggle with that sometimes, but like you need to be your safe place first. Your mental needs to be your safe place. Like you can't count on anything else to really provide that comfort for you. So like when you can build that bond with yourself to get to that point, that's amazing, that's beautiful, and you are unshakable. You can't be broken down. And even if you do, though, you can always get back up again, which is what my next poem is going to talk about. And this one, so the first time I performed here, I read a poem that was related to the tarot deck, and this one is also slightly inspired. There's a card that is the 10 of Pentacles, but in my deck, it's called the 10 of Trees, which represents stability and just like fulfillment and like material and just grounding. So as I wrote the poem, I think the title came first, I don't remember actually, but I was like, okay, let's get into it. And then, yeah, it made sense. It felt wholesome, it felt grounded. So this is called 10 of Trees, and I hope you like it. Like a tree, I never truly die. I stand as tall as I can until I can't anymore, and then I allow myself to burn along with the others in the forest fires, down to ash, down to a crisp, but never down to nothing. I allow myself to take my original form of a seed, or if we break it down even further, the individual particles that exist before they know their destiny is to one day birth creation. And I go back to the beginning. I'm back to being a fool. That's a tarot reference as well. I am back at the start, and I get to take my time building a whole new life, a rebirth. Phoenix arising from the ashes, I am powerful. There is power in the start. There is power in the small seed because there is power in potential. In giving yourself a chance at a brand new start, power in taking a chance, in trusting yourself to do again what you've done so many times. And you'll do it again as much as needed because you are the tree and trees do not die. So, yeah, rebirth. That's been a theme for me, again, building myself up from basically nothing, because I was really at a low point when I just didn't really see any point. I was just like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? But getting to that low point allowed me to come back like 10 times stronger, because I was like, no, I know there's more than this. I know there's better. And I got to rebuild myself. I got to go back to the things that I forgot about, the things that I always loved, but I was too scared to do. And so my healing journey coincided with my creative journey as well. And I just, I don't know, we're all creation and we can all create. And I just want us to, believe in ourselves, to trust ourselves, to put out the things that we want to, because we are worth so much inherently and we can do so much. And whatever you put your mind to, again, when it's at peace, you can accomplish. So take that with you and treat yourself right, invest in yourself because you are worth it. And when you take care of yourself, life seems to, follow in your lead. So take control and do your thing. Much love. Thank you.